Not many people fully understand or respect the sport of cross country. For some, it is simply because they do not like running. For others, running comes as a form of punishment within their sport. And finally, for many, running comes as something that just seems completely insane to do for fun over long distances. Cross country is not for everyone. Training is not only physically demanding, but mentally demanding as well. Most training days are 2+ hours, and expectations are very high within the sport. In training, cross-country runners are expected to meet strict paces over specified distances or times. When running specified distances, cross-country athlete can expect to run 5 or 6 miles on an easy day to upwards of 20 miles on a more intense day of training. On days workouts are defined by a specific time, you can be expected of one to run much shorter intervals, but at a much faster pace. These practices are often performed on 400-meter tracks so that pacing can be accurately determined. With cross-country, there is no off-season. There is nothing more disappointing to oneself than backsliding in training due to laziness or injury. The loss of cardiovascular endurance can be seen in just 3 days without any aerobic exercise. After 3 short weeks, cardiovascular endurance can be completely lost without any form of aerobic exercise during that period. It takes a high level of mental strength to train for such a mentally demanding sport year-round, only receiving short breaks for injuries. This is only exaggerated by the relatively short season, lasting only 3 months, August to the beginning of November. This is where mental strength must come from, as a runner must develop confidence and mental stamina. In cross-country, race lanes vary greatly depending on skill level, which usually correlates with age. I began my running career 10 years ago in elementary school, where 3-kilometer races, which are just under 2 miles, are the standard length all the way through middle school cross-country. In high school, the standard distance for races increases to 5 kilometers, or about 3.1 miles. The 5K is a very competitive race due to its unique length, always leaving spectators and athletes themselves wondering who may win each race. The progression of a high school cross-country season starts with 8 to 10 invitational races before advancing to a conference meet. At the conference meet, high school teams qualify for the much larger regional meet, which qualifies them for the highest level of competition within high school cross-country, the state meet. The few cross-country runners that make it to the collegiate level are greeted with standard race distances of 8 to 10 kilometers. It takes not only great speed, but a great level of competitive endurance to race an 8 or 10 kilometer race. It's not the fastest runner that wins an 8 or 10K, but the toughest runner that wins an 8 or 10K race. Collegiate cross-country progresses similar to that of high school, where you start out with invitational meets hosted by other schools before advancing to the conference meet. However, at the conference meet, you qualify not for a state meet, but for a national meet. At Bluefield, we are eligible to compete in 2 different national meets: the National Christian College Association Athletic Association National Meet and the National Intercollegiate Athletic Association National Meet. For those that do not take an interest or time to understand cross-country, it may seem insane. Nonetheless, cross-country is a sport that takes extreme endurance, physical and mental fitness, and strength, all of which attribute to the many reasons it deserves its respect and recognition.
4:12. Okay.